Hi, my name is Brad Richards. I'm the SVP of the Parship Meet Group. I've been overseeing the dating industry at Lovoo, but now most recently overseeing the entire social dating platform. My background is classic product management, not so much on the marketing side, really more on product. I started in gaming, went to photography, a little bit of music, a little bit of automotive, a little bit of the UN, I don't know, lots of stupid things, lots of crazy things that I've been doing. And now for the past 2+ years, I found myself working at Lovoo, and I wanted to talk to you today about how you need to understand your revenue levers. So there's a push and pull kind of causation with regards to how you manage and monetize and measure your soft and hard metrics. So we're all here today for one basic kind of reason, is you want to make money. This is why we're here. We're all in business, we're all here. Doesn't matter if you're a charity, a B2C, B2B, SaaS provider, whatever you are here to make money, right? And I think and especially in our digital world and our digital products that we're offering, there's basically only 3 real ways that we monetize our digital products. And that is advertising, that is subscriptions, and that is single purchases. Yeah, you can say you sell your data and there's some side things and whatever. Don't come to me at the coffee station and say, I have another revenue stream. The vast majority of our products in B2C, B2B, B2B2C is these areas. So advertising, freemium model, a lot of ad networks here. This is how you all make money, how you monetize all the different types of formats. Subscriptions, Lovoo has many different revenue streams, such as subscriptions, as well as, Spotify, annual, monthly, all these different types of things. And then some people here from gaming, which they thrive with regards to single purchases. I play a lot of Candy Crush. I'm a dad. I need that little hammer, 99 cents. These are the different types of ways that we make money with regards to our products. But what isn't asked in a lot of companies with regards to product management and regards to your business is what dollar is more valuable to you. A lot of people just look at the bottom line, revenue is revenue, it's great. But in your business, if you have a complex monetization strategy and you have different levers in how you make money, you need to prioritize which dollar coming in is more valuable. For example, at Lovoo, we have 3 different revenue streams. And there's different ways of how we monetize. But we have a prioritization in terms of which dollar is more valuable. If you're a freemium product, do you see more value in getting it from ads? Do you get it from single purchases? Ads have a higher, profitability rate. It goes right to EBITDA. But ads can be annoying. Ads can be intrusive if not implemented correctly. Subscription models, lower conversion rates, but usually higher pricing, but you gotta pay app store fees. These are the type of questions that you need to answer with regards to your business and how you make money. So if you have a complex stream, you need to think about how do you monetize and what dollar is the most valuable to you. Now, how do you get that dollar? So how do you get that dollar properly from a product perspective? And that is balancing 3 different specific areas in your product. And I want to bring this up today because I know a lot of ad networks are here. And I think that if you understand product development processes and how products are built, you can really support and understand and grow your business. So these 3 areas, value, timing, and price. These are the 3 major things in how you can monetize your business properly. So value. Why am I buying your thing? Why? What do you offer me? What's the communication? Why would I do this? What value does this product offer me? What do I gain with this game, with this product? What am I actually doing? Timing. When do you ask me for money? Is it after a free trial? Is it immediately? Is there a paywall from the beginning? Is there, how do I actually do it? 30-day free? Is it a freemium product? And you charge me via ads. When do you ask for money? When do you ask for money is probably the most important aspect of these 3 things, because that is actually where you'll be getting the most conversions. You need to understand your user base, and having that ability to understand when people convert properly, you can time it correctly. And then with good timing comes good pricing. How much am I gonna pay for this? Why should I pay for this? What's the value? What's the price against competition? What are all these different things? I also say these things because this is also, I know there's a lot of gaming and advertising people here, and I think it's important that these 3 metrics, or 3 levers, are also tied to freemium products. So why should I play your game or your product or whatever you're using that has ads? What value does this product bring that I'm willing to wade through rewarded videos, bottom banners, medium rectangles, native ads, interstitials, all these things? What value is this bringing? Timing. When are you showing me these ads? I know you're monetizing via ads, so when are you showing them to me? How are you showing them to me? Do I have a chance to skip it? Do I have a chance to, or do I have to live with it? And then the price. So what price do I have to pay? How many ads do I have to see? How do you convert me? So these are the major things you need to think about with regards to products and with regards to your monetization strategy. But to get to that, I'm going backwards. I'm doing the beginning to the end. I'm doing a different way of doing this presentation. What you need to do is now look at what are the most vital engagement metrics. So engagement metrics are everything, and this is what I really want to talk about today, is that a lot of people think about engagement metrics on a very binary level. They think about it with what I call hard metrics, or the industry calls hard metrics, right? If you don't understand what is important to you, what are the triggers, the levers that your users do in order to be successful in your product or in the product, you will not be a profitable company. Understanding how your users use your application and understanding when is the network effect, when is the real conversion, when are all of these actual events happening properly, you won't be able to monetize correctly and you won't be able to have a long-term growth or product success. Now, the difference between hard and soft metrics are fairly simple. Hard metrics are binary. They're just ones and zeros. I made this much money. I have this many users. I had this many registrations. These are the numbers that C-levels love. They can measure them. They can chart them on a graph. They're really great, easy to interpret. Look how much money I made. It's great. It's very boring. And it also doesn't show you the entire picture, right? Because these metrics are very black and white, and they're not the reason why they happen. And I think understanding how you get DAU growth, how you get registration growth, how you get revenue growth is reliant on your soft metrics. And this is where the real nitty-gritty kind of kicks in. This is where good product teams and good marketing teams and good branding teams have a complete understanding of the soft metrics. So what is the perception in the market? How do people perceive your brand? What's the App Store vibe I get when I open it up? What's the first thing I see? What's against the competition? What is the communication I'm getting? Your engagement metrics. How are people using the application? I mean, how do you use it? How do people navigate through it? What are the drop-off rates? Why did I have so many drop-offs at this screen? How do they go through? Did they get through the whole entire success funnel? Then lastly, retention. How long am I keeping these users? Is it a month? Is it a year? Is it 2 years? And then if I am, how many times are they coming back to the product? Are they coming back daily? All of these things are massively imperative to your business with regards to product management. And you need to understand these things, and because all of your revenue levers impact these soft metrics. There's a very interesting study by a man with a name I cannot pronounce, so don't even ask me to pronounce that name, but it's called Entering the Flow State. A lot of you have probably been in the flow state and didn't really know what was happening. You've been down a rabbit hole on YouTube. All of a sudden, you've been looking at your phone for 2 hours. Or like me, I'm a little tired because I was gaming till 1 o'clock in the morning last night because I was playing Xbox and I was having a good time. The flow state is very important. And this is also, it's a very theoretical aspect, but it's also made its way into product and gaming. And that is a state in which a user is so involved in a particular activity that nothing seems to matter. This can also be a negative aspect. But the point I'm trying to make here with regards to entering a flow state is that as a good product company, if you understand what the major lever is of engagement of your product, they will enter a flow state. They will be doing it subconsciously, unknowing what they're kind of doing, and they'll just be navigating through your product. And as you see here, this is where the change happens, the break. And that is usually where an ad pops up, or a POS pops up, or a CRM campaign pops up, or whatever breaks in the chain of events. That has a negative impact on the overall flow state, and that leads to churn, that leads to people not uninstalling the app, depending on how aggressive it is. But understanding how users navigate through your products and then when to interrupt that flow state is imperative. And a good ad network, if you can actually identify and work with product companies to understand their product, to understand where their flow is coming from. Then you can actually properly integrate ad strategies into these things where it's less disruptive and more engaging, right? But in order to do this, mass amounts of, like I said, you have the flow state, they feed into the soft metrics, and they feed into the hard metrics, which feeds into your business strategy. You need to measure. You need to actually have proper analytics. What gets, classic saying, what gets measured gets managed, what gets managed gets improved, right? Very typical kind of C-level, yes. It's important though, because what I'm seeing a lot of times is very event-driven tracking. And what I mean by event-driven tracking, it's already happened. The thing is done. I had this many users, and it's not predictive of what you're doing. There's no forecast analysis. There's no behavioral analytics within your products. And this is not hard to do. Every single good app tracking platform, Google Analytics, Tableau, all of them, offer this ability to do this. This is coming out of pure laziness and lack of understanding of your metrics by focusing on purely a binary hard metric aspect and not taking in how users actually navigate through your product. And how you do this is, I always say to my product teams, is that when you're trying to think about how users use your application and what's important, and how do you actually maintain your product development metrics, I always get them to ask themselves this question, is if I do this, what will it impact? And everybody in this room should do the same thing, is that if I do this, if I ask for money at this point, if I show this banner at this point, what's gonna happen? Because what this question isn't done properly, right? When this question is asked, this question isn't really asked when you're in kind of bad times. It's not really ever asked. There's no really, when the short-term goals are not aligned with the long-term goals, this question is very rarely asked. And what happens is we sacrifice. We sacrifice performance, we sacrifice our product, we sacrifice our user base for short-term goals. And we justify it to ourselves because we're like, next quarter, we'll get that spike and then, we'll make it, keep it going, right? Or you delude yourself into thinking that you do this spike because you shoved more ads down people's throats, you increase the pricing of monetization, you increase single purchases, and you see this spike, you're like, look at this business, but then you don't see the tail end of your engagement metrics, of your soft metrics rapidly declining. Yeah, you can spike ad revenue, but you'll lose 30% of your DAU overnight, right? So these questions are never properly asked, and this is always coming at the detriment of your long-term product and company strategy. And this is something that has been proven time and time again, that short-term sacrifices always impact long-term strategy, and long-term strategy firms always win. Historically, ever since, this is a study done by the Harvard Business Review, ever since 2008, since the financial crisis, you can see mass amounts of improvement, 47% growth in average company revenue, 36% with regards to company earnings, and at 81% year over year with regards to average company economic profit. Never sacrifice your long-term goals with short-term goals, with short-term pain. This is where good leadership, good understanding of your product development processes, good understanding of your users will set you up much, 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 much better for the future in order to set up a good revenue monetization model. And if that doesn't convince you, think back to the classic story of the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise always wins. The slow and steady wins the race. Understand your users. Understand how you can monetize from them properly. And this is not an overnight fix. This is not a magic bullet. The work will go in. You'll see dividends paying off with regards to it. Thank you very much, App Promotion Summit. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and have a fantastic day.